Hey y'all, this is AL Thick Madame, and this is going to be a what a week post that is going to in turn kind of cut off and run into a married man side heifer saga. So it's going to be a continuation. That's the better terminology for it. It's going to be a continuation at some point. I got to tell y'all what happened at work yesterday. Let me just go ahead and get into it because I'm trying not to be before you very long because y'all know I can get long winded. I apologize for that, but been traumatized. Been traumatized because I haven't given enough details. And when you say something to me, one time it take one time for me to be like, you know what? Oh no, you finna. This is not about to affect my grade. This is not going to affect my communication. Let me make sure that y'all have every single detail. So anyway, as y'all know, today is Tuesday, which means it is my Friday. Okay, y'all. First of all, I'm sorry in advance. Just woke up from a nap and I know I look a fool. My eyes somewhat closed, and I got on a little gown situation. Um, but yeah, excuse me, my hair look a fool, all of that. So yeah, excuse me in advance. I got to tell y'all this though before the end of the day. So, minding my business, I'm at work and came into some foolishness, but for some reason I took it well. I had to do the most hated task, and I'm like, okay, and it was so unexpected because I could have already gotten started on it. It's somewhat of a long process, like, and it takes hours to make sure it's done right. So I'm like, I wish I had known in advance. Like, didn't nobody say nothing. And the only reason why I even found out that this was what had to be done is because whoever is going to do it, you have to sign off on some paperwork. And it basically covers the person who does the audit, and it shows that, oh, these, if something come back wrong or if something come back messed up in life, it's gonna be because these people said they did it and it ended up not being right. But even though I'm the person that's doing the audit and I said it was all right, these people, we gonna let the sword, they gonna have to fall on the sword, they gonna have to deal with that. But whatever. Anyway, so I was in the middle of doing the actual job, minding my business. And I was like, okay. So then, people kept not doing what they were supposed to do. I was supposed to have somebody to actually help me to do it. And he did a poor job. I went right behind him. I don't play that. And then we were in my department. My department don't play when it comes to these audits. Like, other people, they halfway do a job and then they got to come back up in there again and do it again. I don't like that. I want it done right the first time. So if it take a little bit longer, that's what it's gonna be. If I'm the one who got to be the one that's going, I got to put my name on this paperwork too. Oh no, I'm doing it right the first time. I'm not going to keep coming back up here to do this job over and over again. So anyway, right before the person came to do the audit, this woman who I essentially ended up working with came up in there and was like, me and her got into it. Her being a side heifer, of course she said the person's name. So I was like, what? What for? Like, y'all aren't even working together. It ain't making sense. So she just looked and, kind of like smirked and then she walked off. So I was like, all right, when I come from up here, I'm going to see what it's hitting for because I know she's going to tell me what went down. Well, I ended up finishing. They, said that everything went well. The person who's the auditor, she was like, well, I already know when I come behind you, you're going to have it done. You're going to have it done right. It's going to be done right. So, it is what it is. But I'm still always paranoid. Even though I've done it, I don't know how many times. I don't care what it is. I need to know that you said it's fine before I go to my break. I went to my break a whole hour late. I was like, yep, I don't care. We gonna do this. This got to be done. So anyway, so I come from up there. And so immediately the woman starts telling me what done popped off. So essentially, as I've told y'all before at my job, before our shift starts, one of the people that you work with, they have to put in an order for something that we need throughout the day. And the side heifer typically does it for her department. And so she did, because she was working over there today. And so she put in the request for certain things that she needed. And so in my department, we actually were going to have some stuff left over that they needed a few of that particular item. Well, my partner went over to her partner and asked her, was it okay? Were they in need of this item? Y'all, I'm trying to not tell y'all what it is because it's. So anyway, one day, when I'm gone, when I'm long gone, I will tell y'all about these places that I work, because y'all gonna be like, what? So yeah. But yeah, so she went to her partner and asked her, are y'all using these? Because we are not going to be using these anymore soon, and we have plenty. And so she was like, yeah, we only needed a few, but yeah. So she was like, okay. And so she already talked to her about it. It had already been cleared. They had already gotten in touch with who they needed to talk to so that they wouldn't unnecessarily put something in our way, taking up space when we already got it up there and all of that, right? Side heifer knew about it as well from what I was told. So it's like, oh, okay. What's the problem? Well, after it was all said and done, my partner took it upon herself to take the items over to their department. And keep in mind, these items were items that the side heifer did not have access to, meaning she had nothing to do with it. Her particular half of the area that she works had nothing to do with those items. Nothing at all. Only the other person was going to be using those items. So my partner finished bringing the stuff over there. And so then the side heifer roll up on her and was like, hey, so I already ordered this, that, and the other, whatever. We don't need that. And so she was like, I already talked to your partner and she said that y'all could use them. And so I went on ahead and just put them over there. So she started arguing with the woman. To make a long story short, the side heifer started doing this and going off. And it's like, I'm sitting there looking like I'm really looking like, I'm like, why are you creating an issue where there is no issue? If y'all knew the specifics of how stupid this was, y'all would be like, I'm not understanding. Like, you obviously don't have a life. As I've told y'all before, she cannot have a life. She literally comes to work to start drama, because this situation was so stupid that I was like, this is something common that we do across all departments. Now, all departments don't have the same things, but there are a few things that we do have in common that we each use depending on what's going on. And with that particular item, they actually do use that. All three departments actually use that one item. That's one of the rare things that all three departments actually use. That might be, is that the only? No. It's like two specific things that all of the departments actually use. And it's really rare that all three departments can use that particular item. So anyway, so after she started clapping and getting loud for no reason, the woman was like, okay, and I can clap too. And I was like, she was like, yeah, she over here trying to go off. And it's like, why are you in our business? I've already talked to your partner about this. You over here trying to roll up. This thing ain't got nothing to do with you. I was like, yeah, I'm confused. I'm so confused in this moment. So, and then it was a whole to do, and I'm like, I am still confused as to how this even got started. None of this is making sense. So the situation popped off, and it kind of escalated. And the side heifer's partner basically stood in the middle of them, apparently just looking crazy. Now, after work was over with on our shift, the woman go approach me talking about, it was crazy. Where were you? And I told her where I was. She was like, I can't believe you didn't see it from up there. I was like, yeah, I couldn't see nothing. I was focused on that. Like, and I'm not trying to ever look out there and see what's going on out there. Like, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I have focus in here because my job is in here at the moment. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Anyway, so she was like, I was standing in the middle of them just in case they started fighting. And I was just looking at them crazy. I just kept looking back and forth, and I was trying not to laugh because it was so stupid why they were arguing to begin with. And then she said that she felt some type of way and she didn't know if it was going to escalate because they started getting louder and louder. And so she took it upon herself to take out her phone and text somebody and told them to come over there, which was a whole nother worker who was working in the most hated department. And she was like, girl, get over here. Da 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 da. And I'm like, girl, now this is the same woman that if y'all watched all of my other videos where I'm talking about where I'm talking like in a video like this, or sometimes I might refer to her when I've talked about the Married Man Side Heifer saga. She's the same person who she had a wedding, invited the heifer after she done alienated the whole department. It's like, girl, she only doing this because she knows that you're in a vulnerable state because your son almost died in a car accident. She sat up there and assassinated everybody's character and tried to stir up drama, lying, talking about, oh, this person, and this person talking about you, girl. They all was congregated together and they was talking about you, and had that woman feeling like she needed to approach people to ask them what was said and why was y'all talking about me. She never got to me because it got to a point where she started seeing the pattern of nobody was standing around talking about you. But anyway, if y'all remember that, that's the woman who I'm talking about. This woman ended up getting married and everything. And I'm like, girl, why would you marry this heifer? She's not your real friend. And you have told me out your own mouth that you don't respect people who sit up there and deal with married men. And now you have a whole husband. And if anything was to go down between her and him, then what? But you calling her your friend. But she got mad at least twice over the last 7 days with you and wouldn't talk to you. You would come to me and be like, yeah, she in her feelings today, so she just decided that she ain't gonna talk because she actually had to do her job today. It's like you have to say to yourself, I'm not putting up with your foolishness today. You gonna do some work today for her to get mad with you, and then she ain't gonna speak. And now y'all's friendship is hanging in the balance because of that. Like, first, second, and third of all, y'all ain't never had no friendship. And this is including the person that was standing in the middle of the fight that happened today. So I'm just like, child, I ain't got time for it. Like, they really be trying her. And it's like, I know that she's somewhat of a loner, but I actually deem her to be an amazing worker. And I don't want her to be sitting up here doing the most for raggedy heifers who don't deserve. And it's like you over here really talking about, oh, that's my friend. And I'm just like, girl, that's not your friend. But anyway, I can't tell these people what to do. She's a little bit older than me. And I'm like, okay, it is what it is. Do what you do, girl. I ain't got time. So anyway, after it was all said and done, like at some point in time during this altercation, the woman that I was working with basically, implied I will beat your behind. Like, you better be glad. Like, she somewhat threatened her, but not really. But it was kind of like, I'm putting you on notice. Like, I will drag you. So the side heifer walks off in a huff. She already has this stank walk that I feel like she legit has developed. Because it's like, girl, ain't no way you just walk like that. I feel like she be thinking that she twisting or something. And it's like, you don't have a body worth looking at and somebody saying, oh, okay, then wait a minute. I'm admiring this. Like, this is not like she's a twig. She a twig. And then it's like, and I mean, ain't nothing wrong with being small. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And a lot of people don't have control of what they got going on. I definitely have control over what I have going on. Unfortunately, I had a whole lot of depression and things going on in my life. And this is the residual of it, but I mean, I'm losing mine. But she is just mean-spirited, and when you see her, like, the way you would describe her is a twig. Skinny, bony, whatever, different things like that. Like, anybody who ever describes who she is, that's the terminology that they use. So anyway, if you saw her, like, if you were a dude and you like, if you say you like slim, thick, or whatever, she don't even fit that. Like, she's not, she just, She looks more like a skeleton than anything, and she eat, so it ain't like she has an eating disorder or something like that. It ain't nothing like that. She just ain't it. But she try to walk as if she's that. That's why I keep bringing up the fact that she a twig, because it's not like it was this woman named Lisa that I used to work with at the first job that I ever got when I started living here in Virginia. This woman was small, but she had booty out of this world, and it was not no BBL, and it was just ridiculous. It was like, ma'am, where did all your food apparently go to your booty? Like, it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. Now, I think they pretty much are the same size, except for the fact this woman had booty, ridiculous booty for nowhere. And I'm just like, where you find clothes? Like, she would find the perfect pair of jeans. Do you know how long it took for me to find the perfect pair of jeans that actually fit all the way over my booty, that actually fit, that were actually comfortable, and were actually cute? Man, it took me forever. At the size I am now, I'm talking about, when I tell you, when I did, I got so many compliments. Like, it was this dude at the same job. I couldn't stand him because I don't even want to go in there. This man saw these jeans I had on. He was like, I don't mean no disrespect, but those jeans look so nice. And it's like he basically was saying the same thing I'm saying, which is that they fit all the way on me. They ain't no ridiculously tight foolishness. They wouldn't know, like, whatever. I really looked at him sideways, but like them jeans was everything. I got complimented by men and women on them jeans. Them jeans was everything. Child, and I had them in all kinds of light to dark jean colors. They was really cute. Like, they were real jeans. They wasn't no, stretchy, fake, whatever jeans. They were real, actual jeans. They were so cute. Those jeans were so cute. I'm having a memory. I'm going back in my memory bank. Y'all, excuse the people because they be doing the most in these streets. But yeah, so then the heifer walked off in a huff, in her feelings, and you could tell she had an attitude and she was mad because somebody matched the energy that she was giving, because she really thought that was gonna really, make her feel some type of way. And she was like, I don't like you anyway. Like, girl, you ain't doing nothing. Like, she was like, I'm not scared of you. And then she told her, she was like, my name is not A. Because that's what she does. She was like, she has a tendency that she'll go to break. She'll be like, hey, I'm finna go do this. Hey, da-da-da-da-da. And she says A just like that for real. Like, she do the most. Like, she does that to everybody. And she was like, my name is not A. My name is this. My name is this. And so she was like, okay then. And said her name. And I'm just like, girl. All I got to say, I told that woman straight up, I said, all I want to do is to be present on the day when she catch the right one and she get caught slipping and that person slang her across this building. I just want to see it. Somebody, please, let it be on a day that I'm already at work. I need to see this. I need to see it unfold. I don't care if somebody said, you know what, I'd have had it with this heifer. I'm quitting this job. Before I do, I'm dragging her across this building. Like, and I mean, I'm not really trying to condone fighting, but she legit tries people. Now, if you expect to get nothing out of everybody that you cross when you try them to the degree that she will try you, then I don't know why you think that that's supposed to be the case. But she legit will try you and then expect no response. Like, for me, I was like, I already know me. And like I told, okay, so I already told y'all before that the guy who is married, who has filed for divorce, and the divorce is about to be finalized, he used to work in my department doing the exact same thing that I do. She used to be jealous that he would talk to me and all of that and whatever. And this was like long before I even found out that this man was here for me. So anyway, he ended up calling me through social media. Let me put it like that. And I'm going to get into that later on. But we ended up discussing the whole ordeal because he don't even work in my department. Don't work in the side heifer's department. He works in the most hated department doing another task, another job or whatever, right? But yeah, we talked about that later on after work was over with, y'all. So that is going to be in the Married Man Side Heifer Saga later on because it's going to trickle into some more things. So yeah. But yeah, that situation went down today and I was just like the whole building found out about it. Apparently people kept approaching the woman was like, "Oh my gosh, way to go, high five her and everything." I was like, "Not them high fiving you, girl." She was like, "Yeah." She was like, "I ain't even know nobody knew about what went down." I guess the heifer who was in the middle of them went around telling people what happened and all this other stuff. And outside of the fact that the side heifer went to her supervisor, which is their supervisor, and told him that she threatened her and all this other stuff. Talking about, oh, she talking about she trying to fight me and all this other stuff. Apparently, the supervisor was just like, "Yeah, I ain't finna do nothing about this." Like, y'all. Anyway, stay tuned for the Married Man Side Heifer Saga, because it's going to continue. It's going to continue into something else. It's going to trickle over into something else. So yeah, y'all. It went down at work today, and I was just like, "Child," and I'm pretty certain that because she could tell that this woman was talking to me about the situation, inventing that she gonna try me, but I'm hopeful that she won't because it's like, girl, it's not like I'm coming at you or bringing you up in conversation because I don't care of your existence. I don't care about your existence at all. I come to work to do my job, get my money, and go home. I don't care anything about what you're talking about. But anyway, I'll be back with the Married Man Side Heifer Saga and give y'all more details about what happened and definitely leading into some things that y'all gonna be like, "Wait a minute, let me get my popcorn." Go ahead and get your popcorn and whatever snacks that you eat ready, and whatever, because it's gonna be it might be a little bit, it might be like a little bit of tea. It might be a little bit. I don't know. It might not be nothing, but it might be a little bit of tea. So all right, y'all. I'll see y'all soon.